Hi Virgo, welcome back to the Divine Dojo. My name is Gabriela and I'm here to do your reading for June 23rd through the 29th. Quickly, I just want to clear the energy and then we'll get into it. I like to do 3 pings if you want to close your eyes and breathe in when I ping it and release whenever you're ready, and then breathe in. So like taking 3 breaths basically. And then I'm going to read, I'm going to go through what transits are happening astrologically and then get into the tarot. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Sorry, mommy. Releasing all negativity out of our bodies. So yeah, I tried to do your reading, Virgo, and it did not work. So this is a second try. Let's hope it goes through. So what's going on this week? This week, I'm recording this on Monday, the 23rd. We have the Sun squaring Neptune still, the energies. So keep making decisions from an emotionally balanced and grounded place instead of an emotionally charged place, because that will not be good for you this week. And making decisions, from an emotionally charged place. As we know what happened over the weekend, shit's, hit the fan and stuff like that. So we want to keep our energies to ourselves and not to ourselves like blocked or put up a wall or anything, but keep our energies nice, grounded, clean, clear, and collected before we make any decisions, instead of, emotionally charged decisions when bad things happen. So that's Monday. Tuesday, we have the Sun conjunct Jupiter, creating a Cazimi, which means basically the Sun and Jupiter are both in Cancer. And so this creates an optimism, it creates an expansive energy. Jupiter's asking us to step up in our lives. And the focus is in Cancer, so home, family, our values, our emotional well-being. So self-care is going to be very important. Not being so perfectionist and like OCD and, driven in that sense. Just allowing things not to be perfect, just surrendering to things not being perfect and releasing them as it is, and accepting them as is, sorry. So what else? On Wednesday, we have the new moon in Cancer, same energy, right? Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, so setting intentions for your home, for your family, for your values, for your goals, for your vision, for your dreams, honing in on those things and, planting seeds. Maybe you are planting seeds, maybe you are working on the house, things like that, right? And then the 26th, Thursday, we have Mercury enters Leo, which gives us more bold, heart-centered, authentic, confident, heartfelt communication. So I like that energy a lot. And then on the 27th, Mercury is in opposition to Pluto. So Mercury's in Leo and then Pluto's in Aquarius, so they are in opposites. So those bold and heart-centered conversations can bring up like revelations and not secrets, but new ways of doing things, and new ways of like relating to other people. So relationships are a big thing with Jupiter and Cancer, and just being Cancer season in general, Virgo. So that's what's going on this week, major aspects. So I'm going to pull a Catalyst card and see. That one wanted to come out. the Lover. So yeah, the Lover to me is, you know, that like that, I love the golden pearl, you know, that swan too. The Lover is just being like gentle with ourselves, loving on ourselves. Like I said, reiterating the fact that, you know, we need to definitely practice some self-care, practice also letting go of perfectionism. Mars is in your sign, so Mars can definitely push us to be perfect, right? So we kind of want to let go of that and accept ourselves in whatever way we can, and give ourselves the love and self-care. This could be literally a lover coming in if you are single, or just if you are in a partnership or relationship. It's about becoming more loving and more, you know, nurturing in this Cancerian season or this week. So we'll see how that pans out. Very interesting, totally different than the card that you got last time, which at this point I can't even remember what it was. So that's what happens when you got perimenopause. You forget shit that you just literally did. So, but that's how it goes. Anyways, Virgo, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you had an amazing weekend. A lot of chaotic energy going on out there. That's another thing. Don't let the lower vibration, the energy vampire that is social media, that is the news, that is the world, you know, trying to siphon our energy from our own goals, from our own dreams, from our own vision, from our own purpose. Don't know what's going on, but don't get siphoned, you know. Don't put your energy into that. So, all right, Spirit, I invite you in to give me a clear and concise message for the Virgo collective for the week of the June 23rd through the 29th. What do you got for my lovely Virgos? We got the Chariot. I'm going to read it upright because it kind of came in cross-eyed. So yeah, so there's some sort of movement, there's some sort of action that needs to be taken this week, but it's that Cancer energy, right? And then we have the King of Cups. There's that Lover, right? That's an emotionally balanced masculine energy that can be coming in. We got the Hierophant. You got 3 major arcanas in a row. So we got Cancer, Pisces, Aquarian energy, and then the Hierophant, Taurus energy. Interesting. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, so some sort of communication might be coming in soon here. There's definitely some movement coming in. The Hierophant reminds me of like, right, of like the institutions, of like the government, of like things that have been here for a long time that are obviously falling apart because we need to do things differently, right? But this is definitely some sort of commitment that we have been in for a long time. But it's, you know, it's good energy. It's definitely wisdom, and it's about trusting yourself. There's some sort of action that is going to be coming in, or some sort of news. Then we have the Moon, and then we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so something is probably coming to light. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3. You got 4 major arcana here. What is this about, Spirit? Got the Moon, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, it's about like being, you know, having that bold communication, that heartfelt, confident communication, being authentic, and, you know, no more like illusion about something, you know. What is this about? One second. Six of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Seven of... You have 5, 6, 7. So you have 3 sevens here. Because the Chariot is number 7 as well. So maybe 777, maybe it's gonna, you know, with the new moon in Cancer and Jupiter in that Kazemi, maybe you should play the lottery or some sort, if you do that, I don't know. Huh, interesting. Yeah, reciprocal energy, giving and receiving. You know, there's definitely been maybe some challenges in maybe like a work environment. Is this having to do with work? What is this about? The Lover. Queen of Pentacles. And then the 2 of Cups reverse. All right, I need to get clarity on what this is. Yeah, because, you know, the 2 of Cups is definitely about, you know, like a love prospect, a partnership. It can be a partnership, a new friendship. It doesn't necessarily have to be about a romantic partnership. It is reverse. It's the only one that's reverse. How interesting. So it's about self-love and being in balance, and maybe communication. Maybe new communication is coming in, because you have what? You have 2 queens here, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. And then you have 1 king here, a King of Cups. So if this Queen of Cups pops up, then this is definitely about a love situation. But to me, it's looking like more of this week, because we're trying to keep it to this week. But it can be timeless. Whenever it finds you, it finds you, right? It's what I was saying. It's about setting those seeds and making those intentions on this new moon to achieve our goals, dreams, and aspirations, right? And putting in work and action towards, like, the action is here, because something is progressing, something is moving. You seem to be as long as you're emotionally balanced and you're being fair, there is some movement this week on whatever it is that you have been working on, whether it's like a job, career, relationship. It is progressing. Huh. And then we have the 3 of Swords reverse. So yeah, it's there's something, there's something that you're releasing from the past, and you're moving on from it. Excuse me, sorry. I'm gonna get another deck. Why is this 3 of Swords here? Your work and the Tower. So 8 of Pentacles and a Tower. Yeah, so maybe this has to be something that you've been working on. There's some sort of movement and there's some sort of progress that's happening. Maybe a quick change, and a challenge will be over soon, because you've been putting in the hard work, and you are getting your Pentacles here, because there's a lot of Pentacle energy. You got the 8 of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. What's the Tower about? The Tower is reversed, so maybe this has already happened, so now you're progressing. Yeah, because there's a new opportunity. Whether this is a new opportunity in love, career, finance, friendship, romance. Queen of Swords again. yeah, you're definitely getting some clarity. You're definitely, something new is coming in and you're ready to receive it. This hand is up, like ready to kind of receive, right? And this sword is being handed to you and you're ready to take that sword and take on the world. In a good energy. I like this with the, you know, be that lover and love on yourself. I like this a lot. What's the final message for Virgo Spirit for this week? What else do you have? Anything? Yeah, that one jumped. The Emperor. Yeah, you are headed towards something amazing, some sort of big change after this tower, or this tower is going to happen, and you're headed towards your kingdom. You know, the Emperor is chilling. He does still have his armor, you know, he's got the sword, right? He's being handed the sword. He's prepared. He's prepared for whatever happens, but he's also not worried, right? He's not thinking about it being perfect. He's just ruling the kingdom because he's made the right choices. He's made the right decisions from a balanced and grounded place, and has the mental clarity and has taken action, right? And now he's like ruling his kingdom and he's chilling. I like this for you a lot, Virgo. That's the vibe this week. That's the vibe for sure. You got a lot of major arcana shit. Let's see. If the wisdom of the Oracle has anything else to add. Thinker, and it was in reverse. So yeah, I think maybe in the past you were overthinking and now you don't need to. You don't need to overthink. You don't need to have it be perfect. You don't need to think about it anymore. You're clear. You're going to be making clear and clean decisions from a balanced and grounded approach, because you have the Emperor, you have two queens here, the two Queens of Swords here, you have the King of Cups, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. So your energy is solid. All right, and you just need to stay focused in that solid energy and not overthink. There are a lot of swords here, but you don't need to overthink this. You've been putting in the work, or you are putting in the work, and you're going to get your opportunity to sit at the throne, right? And chill, and like, you know that you've made the right decisions, or you are making the right decisions, as long as they're coming from a balanced and grounded approach. So I love that. Don't overthink things. Our mind can be a killer, man. That's the worst. When we overthink things, we want it to be perfect. We want it to look like this. We want it to end up like that. We want it, you know, and it never ends up like that, how we think, you know. So. What is the... That one wanted to touch off. Thank you, Spirit. I'll take one. The situation will improve. It is improving. Know that you have made or are making the right decisions, because you're coming from a grounded and balanced place and not emotionally charged or imbalanced. You are completely emotionally balanced, and you're coming from a good place, and you are taking action towards whatever it is this is. So it's going to be different for everybody. So I'm going to read the Lover and we'll call it a day. But I like this a lot. I like it a lot. I like it. I like it. All right. Virgo. The heart, the beloved, the devoted. Pulsing through the heart of the Lover is gratitude. The lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, reveling in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must be fully present and awake, with no exceptions or rules about what should be exactly, getting rid of that perfectionist or knowing. Rather, the lover is in awe of what the world presents, reveling in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. So yeah, I think you have some beautiful energy this week, Virgo. You've made some good decisions or are making good decisions, and Tower is coming or has come, and you've got this though. You have clarity, you have the strength, you have the will, you're emotionally balanced, and that's where you need to stay to continue to be here and be in this energy of gratefulness. He is grateful for everything that he has in his kingdom, but he's also ready, you know, shit goes down too, you know, he ain't no fool, right? So he's just chillaxing, you know, and that's the energy that you need to be in. So I love that. Virgo, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If so, please comment, like, and share. I'd love to know what this is all about. It's going to be different for all of you. So please do let me know, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.